Magaya, and welcome to the How Did You Get This show. Of course, I've got my amazing co-host with me here and presenters. Please introduce yourself.
It's Deepak Singh.
Hello, Kevin Boateng.
Fantastic, and we have the amazing Lolly on the show. Hi Lolly, how are you?
Good, you know.
Fantastic, you look, I'm loving the beat on your face. Yes, girl. So, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers and just let them know who you are and what you do?
Okay, so I'm Lolly. I am a director and filmmaker.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do.
She's trying to be humble. She's trying to be humble with it. Like, I'm just like, you know.
Can we do that again?
One more time. Who is Lolly?
Okay, so Lolly is award-winning director and DOP. I work in mainly like working with brands. So I've worked.
Yeah, who you work with?
She's getting me warmed up. So I've been on the BBC. So last year I was on the Rap Game. Which I'm proud of. So I've also done work with like some hair brands, so Design Essentials, which is an international hair brand. And I've done some stuff with just, oh my God, there's so many people.
I know, we won't go into much detail.
Yeah, later on we'll unravel them slowly.
We'll go into that a little bit more, but you're a film director, right, in the male-dominated industry. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on the show, because you're a creative. And we have so many creatives that are trying to be in this, in this industry, but it seems like it's something that you have to break ground with. And you've managed to do that. So we want to talk about your journey of actually breaking that ground and actually being noticed and recognized as Lolly now. Because you've worked with so many people that are so recognizable, and it's amazing what you've done as a female director. I have to emphasize on that. So can you talk to us about being a female director in the male-dominated industry?
Do you know what, like when I first started, I didn't really use that as a way to like, I feel like now I've seen how important it is in the industry, and that's why I'm like actively, I'll talk about it later, but there's a project that I'm working on at the moment, which is to work to bring more females into the industry, because it is important for us to like share our experience and tell our stories. But yeah, in the beginning, I just kind of was like, I'm not a talker. I like to show what I'm doing. So it was more like, okay, great, I have all these things and I want to work towards this, but I need to show that. So in a way, even though I'm against it now, but I don't really like feeling like I have to prove anything. But I kind of did coming into the industry, prove like what I have and what I'm about. So I just kind of just did that with confidence and just like went about my business. Now I'm 3 years in. So,
well done. So you say prove yourself. That's a word there, because do you feel like you have to prove yourself more than the men do, or is it everybody has to sort of prove themselves? Because it's something that you have to be credible to work with certain brands. Do you know what I'm saying?
It depends on what angle you're looking at it from, because there are certain instances where I felt like I had to prove myself as a female.
Can you give me an example?
Oh my gosh, like sometimes I'll post work. So I had one instance, I posted work on my Instagram and I had a male director who was like in the industry that does sort of like what I do, and he was all like coming in my DMs like, oh my God, like pointing out like little things in the video, and I'm thinking, okay, great, but you know, like that's like, you know, like nothing's gonna be perfect. So in a way I do feel like some people are like, and that's how I knew that people are watching me and watching to pick on those little things, but I don't let that like disturb me. You know, at the end of the day, when I came into the industry, before I like knew women, men were the first people I had more interaction with. So in a way I've used that to my advantage, and then it's almost like whenever they know that there's a call out for a female director, they give that to me. Do you know what I'm saying? So in a way, I've used that to my advantage. You know, I think it's important to see where there's like a space in the market and try and know how to navigate through that.
So Lolly, what's your most, like, what are you proud of the most that you've done so far?
What am I proud of? I'm proud of like winning an award. I mean, like it's very early at the moment, like in my journey. I think people are only just getting to know who I am now. Like even though it's been like 3 years, it's crazy. But winning an award, I think, like especially through BFI, which is British Film Institution, they're like the biggest in, you know.
That's good.
Wow.
That's
amazing. You did that.
BFI is a big deal. Do you know what I mean? And like even I'm the second generation in my family of filmmakers, and even what you were saying about men, it being a male-dominated industry, my uncles, like they're male. So even being a female in the second generation, like they haven't won, like I don't think they've won that much of like, do you know, or been recognised by BFI. So it's a big deal, and I think that's one of my big things.
Wow.
It's funny you said that. Like, I feel a lot of women nowadays, they come in with a lot more persistence and hunger.
They
Just
are.
because it's just
Because
like,
we've got a lot of
we do.
it's like that chip on your shoulder, and I love that. Do you know? So,
No, we do, because and another thing that the reason actually I brought you on the show is because I know it's easy for us to write a movie star to sit on the chair and tell the story because we see them forefront, but we never talk to the people behind the scenes. You're the one who's creating this, and it's so important to have that story of the behind the scenes, the people that are actually making it, because I've seen your work and it's amazing, the quality and the persistence and the tenacity that you have in producing this. I've actually known you for a long time. For a long time, you know.
Over a decade,
I know. And back at uni days, I'm just looking back to who we were then, the women, well, the girls, let me use that term. We were then and the women we are now. Exactly. And it's amazing to really look and see someone you grew up with succeeding and actually moving forward and creating. Oh, thank you. You know, so as a creative, I'm not really into what you like in the directing part, but I'm still a creative in my own, in my own industry. Yeah. So we seem to see this to be a saturated market, you know. Yes. So how can you advise someone who's trying to go in it, but using that as an excuse, but really has the talent?
Like I said, it's about how you navigate. So knowing how to use that to your advantage. Yeah. For me, every kind of L I've had, I've flipped it over to be a W because like that's how you. It's a mindset as well. So. And I feel like one thing that I've constantly said to myself this year is attention is energy. Okay. So whatever I pay attention to, I'm putting energy into that. Yeah. So if I'm focusing on the fact that I am a minority in this industry, then I'm not allowing myself to move forward.
You block yourself basically. Yeah.
So you can self-sabotage, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me, I kind of use that, and I will tell everyone else, like younger females that are coming into this, use that as an advantage, see that as a strength, and know that that's what makes you you, and that's why you're special.
Come on.
And just like
she's like a motivational speaker right there. She's just saying that so naturally.
I'm telling you what I told myself and what I'm telling myself every day, because it's true. Because I have to constantly tell myself, like when I'm on set and I'm on set and people are coming up to me thinking I'm a makeup artist. I know I'm beat. But I'm not a makeup artist, or I'm not like I'm the director. I have to tell someone I'm the director. I'm not like a hair or makeup. And they struggle to believe it because yes, you have seen that it's males, but you need to see that we thank God for the Ava DuVernays and the people out there that are really like bringing light to the females behind the camera because they're showing us that it is possible and the importance of being behind the camera as a female, taking our place.
I have to ask. There was a reason, the blue story.
Yeah, Blue Story. Yeah.
When that happened, right, it was really telling the story of like being black in England. Yeah. And then after the incident that happened in Birmingham, actually, that most cinemas then decided not to showcase that story, and. This is the first time we're really, as black people, we're really telling our stories the way we want to tell our stories. Exactly. But there's still a blockage there. So as a director, what do you feel and how do you, is there like racism in the industry, and how are you guys maneuvering to really tell the true black story as it is without it being,
Yeah, I think Blue Story is a good example. I had the privilege of going to an exclusive screening of Queen and Slim, and obviously the director and the writer is American, but they came over to London and talked and did a panel. And you know what? I think it's about being unapologetic. Come on. Like telling it as it is. And that's why I respect Ratman, for example. Telling it as it is, because no one can tell our story for us. No. And we can't trust people that are outside of our race to tell our stories. And that's why we need to just like be unapologetic, be firm when we need to be firm, and know your truth and hold, like, be strong and do you know what I mean? Be firm about it. Because some people like to waver and be like, okay,
and they sort of succumb to
they're like, okay, we'll soften it down for you. We won't put guns, we won't put a bit. But you got to tell it as it is. This is reality. This is our reality. Exactly. This is our today. Story. And even when Lena, who's a writer for Queen and Slim, she was talking about it and she was saying, look, like, this is for our race, but you guys are outside of our race are welcome to come in and watch the story. But this is our story, and even she was talking about the ending. Someone asked a question about the ending. Why? Oh, I'm scared to put this in. I don't know who's watched it or who hasn't watched it. But at the end, something happens. And she said, I had to make that ending simply because this is how reality is. I'm not going to write a story that's not real. Just to make someone feel comfortable.
Oh, I like that. Because we make a lot of it's so easy to make someone feel comfortable because you want the sales one.
Of course.
You want the audience.
Exactly.
But you want the real in the story. And that's what you're trying to do as well. That's amazing. Wow. I wish I would do that.
So Lolly, I just want to know, because obviously you've got a successful, like you're successfully progressing as a film director. Who do you look up to?
That's a good question.
I look up to, do you know, I look up to like obviously Ava DuVernay.
She's amazing.
Wow.
Amazing. But it's like, you know, the thing is as well, a lot of Americans like influence me and motivate me. But it's like I wish there was more in the UK. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, even for me on what I want to create and bring in the next generation of female filmmakers, like that's why I've created a platform now called Women Create Too. And it's launching like hopefully just after this episode.
After this,
by the time this episode comes out, it would have launched. And I thought about my experience, and I'm thinking about legacy and what's coming in the future. And even just looking back, I've done my research. I've looked back at black female directors who were before me, but there's a massive gap.
There is definitely
in our generation, simply because I think people aren't pulling other people up. Do you know what I mean? And it's important to do that. And I think a misconception is that people think that you have to get to a certain level to do that. I haven't been doing it that long, but I know that with what I know and what I can teach, I'm going to help other people
and
come up.
Them up.
Do you know what I mean?
Just by the way you speak and even the way you're sitting, like I can tell it's your true passion. Do you know what I mean? And you are really young. But a lot of people don't find that purpose in life. How did you, because I know you do your podcast and we all do our own thing, but how did you know in particular this was the right thing for you and you're going to go literally give everything into this and not look back? Because I can tell by the way you're speaking that you're more passionate than many people and I know this is you. So when did that moment kind of like, damn, I was meant for this?
So crazy, because I used to go to events and like I used to like always think, oh my God, like what is my purpose? Like, what is it? I don't know. Like,
we've all been lost in it.
We're just out here living life, but are we really living? Or are we just alive? Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a deep one. That's on the podcast.
So I used to go to events and like listen to people talk. I used to like try and figure out, okay, how am I gonna find this out? Like, you know, because you know, like I feel like as well, the mind, like I've been reading so many books on the mind and just like meditation and just like prayer, like faith is a massive, I'm not even going to downplay it. Like me and God,
we've had this discussion.
We're besties.
Because I simply feel like the journey that I was on, like where I am today, I wouldn't have even foresaw it myself.
Come on.
It's something that was out of my imagination. I was working in marketing, like doing a 9 to 5, you know, working my way through. I was like, I'm going to work up the ranks. I worked in that industry for 4 years. I didn't move, like in terms of promotion, even though I wanted to. I was stuck. And then I was just like, okay, I don't know. Like, you know, sometimes you have to assess it. So I was assessing the situation, thinking, okay, I'm stuck here. But then at the same time, whilst I was working 9 to 5, I had a massive like creative frustration. Like I'm a very creative person, but the work I was doing just required me to sit at a desk. I wasn't really using.
I find that a lot of creative people, you're very creative as well. But like we're creative people when they're not using their potential or not using it, they become really frustrated. I feel like that's exactly what I said.
That's a very good point because obviously like I'm an accountant and when you're just numbers all the time, you need to let loose and you need that creative side to kind of flourish.
We have two sides to our brain.
Exactly.
One's creative, one's logical.
See, I'm very logical. Like
I could
say, like, these are when I can sit all day and just nothing affects me. Whereas usually it's like, if you're not expressing yourself, it's all about expression, isn't it? Of course, and I feel that's, especially with Juice Free, I feel that big. So obviously you stuck there for 4 years and then...
I stuck there. The frustration was building, and then I went to, so how it actually started, I went to an event. So I think I was just doing loads of networking, but I didn't know this networking would help me in the future.
That's what I think people need to start learning is to network. Networking is key in any industry. You have to know the right people to move forward.
And even if you're not like communicating with them now, like I had one of the brands that I worked with last year, I'd known her for 3 years prior. But it was only at that time I worked with her, so it was that. But so I was at an event, and there was a girl next to me that had a camera. Never touched the camera in my life. Like. So she was taking pictures of someone. I think at that point she was going on stage. So she's like, oh, can you hold my camera, take a picture of me? I was like, I don't even know how to use it. So like having that and then just thinking, I remember how I felt. So I feel like when you are in tune with how you feel and what makes you happy, you can now know, okay, this is where I'm growing. So I remember how I felt when I held that camera and like, I went home that night and I was like, Mum, oh my God, I think I want to buy a camera. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I was like,
they're not cheap though.
Yeah, they're not. So my mum is a massive rock, like, in my career as well, because she supported me.
That's good.
100%. She bought my first camera. She believed in me. Like, my mum's my cheerleader. Like,
you can't be mums, innit?
Honestly, and they know, they can see when we're happy. Yeah. So even through that like frustration in my career, I started just like, you know, slowly. Just learning about the camera, going out by myself and just like taking pictures, even though it was going nowhere. But it was just kind of like just to learn for myself. Yeah.
What age was this?
This was, so this was very like, I was 26. No. So I made a massive career change at 26.
So yesterday, basically.
Exactly.
Yesterday.
You see, that's a good one.
That's a good gentleman there. Don't give away the age in that. No, we'll keep that on the wraps.
Wow.
But you've done already amazing things, you know, and I've been following your journey and you've been doing this. And one thing about you is you see it, you go for it, and you let nothing stop you. Even if it's something we might call a big job or a big client, you're like, okay, let's go for it. Let's see how big they are. You know, even with your new what is it, the woman
creating.
Exactly, the one that you're doing now. The people that you're messaging already, I was seeing your email list yesterday, and I'm like, I'll be like thinking twice, do I message them? You know, and then you're doing that. So that's something that I love about you. You're just a go-getter. Yeah. And that's something that's gonna take you far.
I got that from my mum.
Take you far,
You know, like you guys were like, we were talking like before the cameras were on about like skills and like having stuff naturally and what's innate and stuff. Like the go-getter thing, that's for my mum. I'm so glad I've got that because that's what allows me to bounce back. You know, like you're gonna go through the challenges. Like no one's gonna tell you it's gonna be easy. It's not, but you like that tenacity and that passion, like you said. Like I'm glad that you can see the passion in me because
seriously,
I worked hard to get this
honestly, like
you just tell, you know, when someone's being true to it. It's like you say, you can tell when someone's lying, you can tell when someone's being fake. With you, is 100% real. And I appreciate that, do you know what I mean?
Being passionate, you have to. Because the passion is what's going to like take you through those struggles.
That's it. Of course.
You know, when things are tough. Like when people are telling you no, like, and you're like, no, but I'm going to get that yes.
I don't care how many no's I get. That yes is coming,
exactly.
You know. Well, girl, I've been practicing my acting skills. So when you know, when you're looking for actors for the movies, you know, call me.
It's coming.
But before we end the show, I want to really talk because I see how busy you are and you're a female. And we as women, we want attention. We want to go on dates. You know, we want, you know, you want that life as well. How are you managing being single? If you are single,
I am single.
You are single.
I'm happily single. I don't want to change that yet.
How do you manage that though? So are you in the place where you're gonna start looking for dating? And if you are to date, what's your mindset towards dating and being a creative? Managing those two.
Yeah, I think you have to have a certain maturity and like know what you want. And for me, like I know what I want for my career, and I'm not changing that for anybody. Not even a partner or anything. I feel like I'm looking for a partner that is able to, you know, come along with me. You know, just understand where I'm trying to go with things, because I feel like the moment you change yourself, you're kind of like dimming yourself down. You shouldn't have to dim your light for anyone.
No, you shouldn't.
So you know, I'm open for it when the time comes.
Being on the relationship topic, would you prefer your partner to be within the same industry as you or something completely different? Because I've always wondered like what people prefer. Do you know what I mean?
You're very
because
creative.
sometimes they say opposites attract or like-minded people attract. So it's like, which one is it?
Exactly.
So
that's a good question. Someone tweeted that the other day. Would you date someone that does what you do? And I thought about it, and I was like, I like adventure and like learning new things. So I would actually kind of prefer someone that was Yeah, I think someone that's outside of what I do. If you are creative, it can't be same what I do.
Because I think sometimes you just end up clashing, innit?
Yeah, it's true.
And it'll become a competition.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
Like,
We don't want it in the household.
We had this discussion, innit? So we talk about misses and always in business, and we're like, would you like your missus to be just as ambitious or just as business-minded as you?
Exactly, yeah.
And it has its pros.
Yeah,
Obviously it has its pros because you can bounce off each other. Yeah. But then you're at work, you fight in the world. You come home,
and then
you got another one who's keep going on and on. So it works both ways. You want it, but then sometimes it won't work. So it's all about that.
Yeah. But Lolly, one question that I've been dying to ask is, obviously, you're a film director. Yeah. So when you go to like, the cinema or you watch stuff on TV, does that now alter how you look at it? Do you know what I mean? Are you going like jaded, like this scene should have been like this, or that scene should have been like that? Do you know what I mean?
I'm not as like critical, but it has changed. That's one thing I wish I could switch back.
Yeah.
If I could switch off a button, it would be that one.
Yeah.
Because like for example, when I watched Queen and Slim, and I even went to the cinema by myself to watch The Joker, and it was like I find myself like not even listening, like I'm zoned out, looking at like what it looks like as opposed to what I'm hearing. But that's why I try to go twice, so at least the second time I can experience it differently. Yeah. I kind of just like look. Yeah, because I'm trying to learn as well. Like I'm trying to pick up things. Yeah.
Does that take away from the enjoyment though of the film?
Probably does, I would think.
Or does it even increase the enjoyment more?
I think it increases it because like, I'm liking what I see. So it's like,
but if you don't like what you see, you're very vocal about it.
I'm like,
she's gonna be like, we're not doing this.
And I'm like, this film is a 5 out of 10.
So you're not allowed to go and give your reviews to
Exactly.
I'm not the one.
Do you know what, guys? We can go on and on and on and on about this, but we're so proud of your work. You are really doing it, and you know what? You're one of the few that are rising up and doing this. So continue doing that, because at the end of the day, in the next 5 years, you're gonna be Lolly. You know, they're gonna be like, we were in that interview where Lolly was being interviewed. So we're watching and we're proud and keep make it happen for us, girl. You know, and keep telling our story as authentic as it is. You know, but we will probably bring you back again soon, my love. Yeah,
and update you.
Yes, and tell us what's happening. But it's been amazing. We look forward to seeing what you're gonna be doing in the future. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been great with our amazing guest Lolly. I am your girl Percy Magaya on the How Did You Get the Show with, of course, my amazing presenters.
Deepak Singh.
Kevin Boateng.
Thank you so much for watching, guys.
That was amazing.
Wow,